I'm from Danville, Virginia as a young boy growing, and I've served in the chaplaincy with New York State Hospital and prison, and retired back to Danville and then to Chatham, Virginia, and from which I did my genealogy for the period of time going back to the Revolutionary period and the Civil War period. One part of the family came from Germany to Pennsylvania, and another part came from England and parts to North Carolina, and then to Virginia. I retired from my ministry and did research, first beginning in North Carolina, around Charlotte and Hiddenite, and on Highway 7, coming out of Charlotte, to do the family on my mother's side of the family. They were Meadows and Williamses and Martins. And then doing that with some cousins, we went all over visiting and had a fantastic time without any preparation to do genealogy, but caught the bug that goes with that when you meet beautiful people and who want to share their history with you, and you get acquainted with them, and you meet some fabulous people. Then in Virginia, I researched my father's side of the family, and that was from Philadelphia, and from that route down 85, the Skyline Drive, back to where they were recruited, so to speak, to settle a part of Pittsylvania County. And I had those in Pittsylvania County, the Meadows, the names begin to run together in me now, Wagners and Kreiders and Barbers and Burgers and Martins. So I get Martins from both sides, North Carolina and from Virginia. So I started doing research in Danville, and they would only allow you to do 2 families for the annual. So I found people in each one of these doing 27 articles and finding someone who would be willing to sign their name to it so they could turn it in, and I would list my name as one of the researchers. So we got 27 articles in the Pittsylvania County Genealogy book, Volume 2, and so that's been an exciting time to meet families that reach way back into the history of our country. I'm now privileged to live in a house that was built in 1782 in Chatham, the oldest house. It was the Hargrave House, and this has been a historical period of our history. The tobacco was great currency in the early America, and we've seen it come through the day where it is no longer thought of as that, but a cancer cause, and other monies going from that to help build up a new economy. And so history has been a very vital part of that, and I've enjoyed every study that I've made, every person I've met, and writing these and participating in just keeping a history of our central South Side Virginia. Well, history is like having a child. That child has to grow up, and our history has been as painful as a mother giving birth. This is a painful history, and all the history has always been where some of the privileged have had control, and then over a period of long time, like growing up, you come of age and you need to be responsible as an adult. So I see our history coming to a time where when we're trying to be adults and the culture is coming together and working as a nation, we still have long histories of pains of growing up, and these need to be brought out factually, historically, truthfully, and dealt with our Christian concerns for the welfare of everybody. This will make a good democracy. In conclusion, I would like to see my life as a train track running from the east to the west, which includes my whole life in military in the west. And in my life over a period of 87 years, I see a lot of main track with a lot of side tracks. I've been on a lot of side tracks. And as I look back over the history of this, I see the fast-moving main track, which is the corporations. They are the first profession. Some people think something else was the first profession, but trade is the first profession. And so we all have to be part of that trade. We have to be understanding of it. In the side tracks, we try to find something that's personal in our lives, our marriages, our children, our careers, and all of these things come together. And then looking back over it, I just wish I could share it with many young people to help them so they can find how it is to weave in this two-part of freedom and responsibility.